Hi, good everyone. This is Anokak, and this is a second episode. I think episode two. We just finished the first one, and now to go rest, relax up, freshen up, and have brunch. I don't eat in the morning most times. Okay, so this is the 22nd of February 2022, and this is a wonderful day. My aim is to make 100,000 naira aside. Like normally, we get to make 50k. So aside our normal 50k, I want to make an extra 50k. Now that is for two reasons. First one is because I couldn't meet up with my target yesterday. My target was 50k and I made 33,500. So I'm hoping I'll be able to make some profit today so as to compensate for yesterday. And then today is 22/02/2022. So it's kind of a very unique day. I just want to just see if I can do something better. Okay, so talking about our prediction, I was supposed to give you guys some gist on the episode one of today's series, but I wasn't able to do that because I just wanted to just bet straight, I know that. But I'm going to be giving you a gist. So someone made a comment yesterday, and this is not the first time I'm seeing that comment. I see it often, although my bad, I won't call it a bad character of ignoring. I would say it's simply maturity to an extent. I've learned that, black people would always stigmatize black people. Like, okay, let me let's go straight to the virtual football. Let's play a game while we just and we'll talk. So today's series is just gonna be we betting. You already know how I bet. You already know the strategy. You already know the Martin game. You know how I pick up games. I won't be explaining those things to you. I'll just be giving you gist every single episode. So yesterday I saw this comment on my YouTube. Hold on. Let's check our current season. Okay, graph. Oh boy, Switch is failing now. Switch is having quite some bad time. Oh, can you see? One, two, three, four, five. I can't play. Oh. I'm going to sign out. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, eight, nine, 10. I just finished 18. That's I'm better now. One, two, three, seven, four, four. I think something is wrong with me. Two, four, six, eight, 10. So 10 straight losses. Horrible. But what is actually winning on this particular season should be under 1.5. If we change it to under 1.5, you see that if you have been playing this game single, which is on 1.5, three of them single, you would have made 5,910 naira in profit. So the worst thing anybody can make, the most useless and stupid decision you can make right now is to play over 1.5. If you do it, your account will sweep. So I'm not going to bet that. I'm going to wait till I start seeing more stability. If I see the chart and I discover that, oh boy, they play long times without playing all over. I don't know. Like if they're not playing all over. But if I check normal now, normal has bet no nothing good about normal too. Because you can still see out of 90,000, only 78,000 one switch out of 90,000, 81,000. Oh man, you know good, you know pure. Play your game now, your account, you lose every single thing. So I'm going to come back maybe later. I watched it after that season. It was not still stable, so I stepped out. So this time around, calling it has not still been stable, so I won't play. Looking at the graph right now, you can vividly tell that it's not stable anymore. The only thing that plays now is under 2.5 and under 1.5. So let me show you. Under 2.5 is like 6k 895 naira profit. Under 1.5 is like Chineke. Under 1.5 has made over 12,000 naira. No, 22,000 naira profit. Under 1.5 has made 22,000 naira profit. Look at it here. 12k, 12,899. Okay, just night has made losses. So 3k minus 3k here. Let's just say it has made like initially I used to think it's 21,000, right? You can do the calculation. 93 plus 700k, 19,000 naira profit. So if you were playing under 1.5, you must have gotten 19,000. So let me just teach you how to study the graph. This is actually for people who are on ultra. So if you're on ultra, or even if you're not on ultra, let me just get to teach you. Now the way this virtual football works is I get to follow up the beginning of the season to see their performance. So if I get to see that a particular option has played like close to three consecutive times within the first 7 weeks or the first 5 weeks, I follow up that option. So let me show you. Now watch. Under 1.5 has been winning one, two, three, four. So 4 times within the 7 weeks. Let's check on that 2.5. On that 2.5 has also been winning 1, 2, 3. 3 times within the 7. Now, so it will likely keep winning from now till maybe that kind 21, 22 to stop, or 23. Now, let's check over. If you check over now let's check over from here. This is 1, 2, 3. Okay, correct. Correct. If you were using Martin Gay, you'd have made profit. Why? If you notice, there have never been up to 4 losing streak. So the maximum is 1, 2. Okay, the maximum is 4, which is 1, 2, 3, 4. But I don't even like doing anything that's to do with normal, using normal to do Martin Gay. I don't even do it at all. But then you can get to see that if you were doing Martin Gay, let's assume you were betting like times 2.5, you'd have been able to make profits on this particular market. That's because if you notice from 1 to 7, from 1 to 7, okay, this is 7. So from 1 to 7, you had at least up to 3 times profit. Now let's go over to switch. If I go to switch now, you're going to notice that on switch, which is here, we had more of losses. Okay, no, let's head it back to normal. This is 7 here, right? So now let's check from the first 5 first of all. This is first 5. First 5 we have like 2. Then check 7. 7 we have like 3. Now we can actually do Martin Gay here. Let's switch over to what's it called again? Ultra. First 5. First 5 you have like 2. But then you have 3 over here. Then when you go to 7, still the same thing. But now the drawback here is if you have started betting from, hold on, I recognize this graph. This looks very familiar. Whenever this graph works this way, the next season is going to be excessively over 1.5 goals. They will likely play the first the first 3 matches. You would have at least 2 over 1.5, 3 over 3, like the first two. Okay, well, let me explain what I was explaining before. So let's head back here. The first from 1 to 5, from week 1 to 5, we're expected to get at least 3 out of 5. So if I go to under 1.5, you'll be able to see from 1 to 5, we have up to 3. 3. If I go to under 2.5, from 1 to 5, we have up to, okay, no, we shouldn't look at this. We should only look at over stroke under. That's because under 2.5 and over 2.5, the market is quite different. So the pattern for over and under is different from market pattern for over 2.5 and under 2.5 is different from over 1.5 and under 1.5. So let's focus on over 1 and under 1. So let's go back again for over 1. Now over 1, from 1 to 5, I'm looking for 3. So who has 3? Like, who has been making profit 3 times? Anybody that's making profit 3 times, we'll also check from that 5 to 7. If the person making profits 3 times, will also make profit again at least 1 or twice. So if they do, then we trade that market. If they don't, we step down from the market. So for 1.5, from 1 to 5, which is here, from 1 to 5, which is why you see this in blinking is because it updates. So if there's any new prediction that comes up, it adds up here. So in case you're wondering why it's moves sometimes. Okay, from week 1 to week 6, 7. So let's start from 5. From week 1 to week 4, week 5. So from week 1 to week 5, what has been winning is 2. It's not up to 3. So it's not up to 3. Yeah. So realistically, this is a bad market. But if you had traded, you'd have still made profit anyway. But like from our rules and regulation, this is a bad market. So it's quite risky to bet on this market. Now, if I move it over to Ultra as well, you're going to notice the same thing. So this is week 5. From 1 to 5, who has 1 up to 3? Nobody has 1 up to 3. Inside, it's even lost up to 3. You now check to 7. If who has 1 up to 3 wins like 1 more, 2 more, you will take it. But when you check 1 to 7, in fact, it's the losses that have occurred again. So this simply means this particular pattern will not be winning. Now, if I go over to under 1.5, because it's over and under, so Don't mistake it with over 202. Their patterns are quite different. I'll explain the over 202 pattern later, but let's just focus on this so I don't get things mixed up and you don't get confused. Now, for under 1.5, you still do the same thing from 1 to 5. Who has 1 up to 3 times? Who has 1 up to 3 times? You get to see it is under. So under 1 has 1 up to 3 times. Now you now say from that 5 to 7, if who has been winning, which is under, has still won again. Yes, under has still won again. So this simply means under is going to be more stable on this particular season. Now this will work till 22 or 23, after which you would have to restudy the graph again to see if it's something you want to do longer, if something you want to step out. So this is simply why if I get to trade, but there are lots of entries that I do, but this is just one of the most obvious entry. So if you come up, you check from 1 to 5, and then you look from 5 to 7. If whoever has been winning repeats itself like once or twice. So if you're like coming on the platform and then okay, let's go with the previous season, last two season, let's go to 1.5. You can see that this particular season we had, I think we made, no, we did not make profit here. Do we have losing streak? Yeah, we have losing streak above. We have like 6 losing streak on this last season. Okay, let's calculate from the 1 to 5. So this is 1, and this is okay 6. This is 5. So 1 to 5, who won more? You can see that clearly it was under 1.5 that won more, because this yellow now means at least one played under 1.5. So switch over to under 1.5. So when I switch over to under 1.5, now this simply means okay, now under 1.5 is not even the one winning, because if you check from week 1 to week 5, which is week 5, under 1.5 feed Wolfley. I can see another 1.5 here feeling, but I'm not still understanding why it's here. It shouldn't be up here, it should be down. Okay, this was for week 3. So let's go over to table and check what happened at week 3. Week 3, week 3, week 3, week 3, week 3. Okay, I think there was an error or something. Yeah, there was probably an error or something. Only one game played, and that was on week 3. But it's not showing right there. So I think there was a syntax error or something. I'll go check that later on the codes to know if there was an error or whatever caused that shit. Okay, but if we head back to graph view, this episode is getting quite too long. I think I'll just skip this episode for backup people on Ultra. So people on Ultra, if you're watching this video, you should be on Ultra. This will be part of your tutorials on Ultra. No need putting it out for people who are not on Ultra to watch. Okay, so you check again. Let's say this is a winning. So let's call this a winning. So if this is a winning, like we go back 3,000, I will figure out what made this thing come up here. But it's still it's still a loss, right? It's still a loss. Yeah, we'll call it no profit, no loss, because if the odd was 3 and we played 1,000, we got back 3,000. That means we got back our money. There was no profit made. So it's only when we make profit you get a green. So since there was no profit here, okay, there is no error. There was no error in this code. Now I understood what happened. The way the softwares work, if you make a profit above what you placed your bet on, so let's say you placed 1k times 3,000 naira. If you make any additional profit, it will shine green. But if you don't make profit, it will shine red. So when you check here, here on the graph or the table, why this thing doesn't have a this thing is because the game is 3,000 naira. So 3,000 naira is neither a profit nor a loss. It's a tight trade. You just got back your money. So yellow means partial loss. Red means you lost. Green means you won. But I did not imagine that there will be a day where they will neither win or lose their money. So I don't know how to do that. Maybe I'll put on to be black. I'll go and reprogram it again. So whenever it doesn't make any money, it will just shine black. Black means it's a tight trade. I've not seen a tight trade in a long time. So I didn't figure that out when I was writing the software. You can see all these ones now red because they are losses. Okay, so I'm going to be stopping up this video here, and let's call this the number 1. Okay, I think I wanted to teach you guys more on the patterns. So this is a tight trade. There was no profit. So in other words, you can simply just call it a loss because there was no profit here. Now this is it here too. So this is week 5. Week 5 we made profit. So let's just say from 1 to 5 we fully made profits 1 and 2. These are the only two times we made money. So this simply means it's now up to 3. It will take 5 to 7 as well. You will still see that we did not make profit. So under 1.5 is not favorable here. Let's check to last season. Last season to the same thing. 1 to 5. You only have 2 entering. Okay, then let's go to over. Over 1 to 5. We had like 3 entering. So because you want 1 to 3. Okay, now what you do is to add 2 more, which is 7, and check if who won 3 will still repeat itself. Yes. So over 1.5, which is the option, 1 extra 2 times. So this simply means um you can bet here over 1.5. And if you notice, it's played over 1.5. So you can see that it's shining all green. So this green means you made profit. Out of 114,000 played, 116k was won. If you used Martin Gay on this particular season, you would win a whole lot of money. But that of the normal prediction did not play because I know I saw something like this. Then I ran away. This was for normal, but then ultra was what I played. So I played ultra. I made my profit, then I stepped out. Now current season. Now this is for the current season. On the current season, you can see clearly that from 1 to 5, this is 5, right? 1 to 5, you only have 2 in it. So check 5 to 7 again. It's not still up to. So you have more losses than winning. Now let's go to under from 1 to 5. You can see under one often from 1 to 5. So now do okay, this is 5, right? Now do this is 6, do 7. From that 5, then you now go to 7. Did who win again? Yes, who won again? So total from 1 to 7, you have 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 out of 3, and you can already see profit. So I hope you're really understanding the graph. If you still don't get to understand more, please, I'm always here for questions. But right now, I'm not playing again. I'm running away. I'll come back when the whole thing looks stable. When I see that there's a pattern, and I know that if I enter right now, I'll just make like 30k. I'll just enter, make 30k also. But if I decide to stay there longer, you already know the story now. You will now start telling people how you were winning. I won on one, down on two, down on one, down, towards my money now finish. You should actually get to understand that that particular pattern you're using, that particular strategy you're using, these companies, they know virtually almost all the strategy. They know Martin Gay, they know virtually almost all of them. So they have already created their system in a way that to fail under 1.5, to fail over 1.5, to fail under 2, to fail over 2. So what you do is no win over 1 will start, when no win over 2 will start, no win under 1 will start, no win under 2 will start. So when you know that this particular thing wants to play, the moment you win, you run away. So if it doesn't appear like when you look at the chart, it's not, or most people don't have a chart. Yeah, that's why you need a prediction software. Sometimes I'll see people tell me, can I do these things without your prediction software? And I'll be like, how would you be processing the data? Do you know what is that? Reminds me, somebody said something about you're saying machine learning, AI, blah blah blah. You in Nigeria, let me hear what. And I'm like, oh my guy, I'm in Nigeria doesn't mean I studied in Nigeria. That's one. It doesn't mean a Nigerian can actually. I don't know why even black people even limit themselves. If I was one white guy now putting on a turtleneck from UK or US and I come here, yo, hello, good day, I'm Daniel, and I'm gonna teach you today right now how to play on Sportybet. I've studied Sportybet for quite some time and I've been able to discover certain things. I won't even show you a trial. I'm not gonna even give you a free trial. You don't run, take my money. And a white guy is from UK, and if you talk say no Sportybet, no Sportybet, but a black guy like me who studied computer science has a major in computer science did AI full time, machine learning, came up with a software that can process all this data and analyze them, know where the market is heading to, give you information to make better decisions on betting. And still, people will still criticize me, but that's even if they're saying a free trial, there's a free trial over here, free of charge. Once you just get to the website, to tell you what to play. Only difference is it gives you the game 15 seconds to when the match will start. So still, they still find it difficult to believe like a black. This is not about me, yo. So me myself, I've paid my dues, but they find it difficult to believe that a black person can create a software that will be as good as this. There's always a catch, and I won't blame them. It's not their fault. I don't blame them totally if they feel that way. I blame the average black man that has cost, you know, cases of mistrust. You get to see if a white guy now, if a white man comes to Nigeria, for instance, and then he happens to see another white man. Let's say both of them are from Turkey, and he's like, "How are you doing?" So yes, I'm good. I'm from Turkey. You're from Turkey. I'm from Turkey too. They're getting to like relate. Okay, what are you doing? Okay, I work with a construction company here in Nigeria. Oh, what do I do? Okay, I work with a shipping company. They're friends, they're buddies. If the other one doesn't even have a job, it's like, oh, I work with the construction company. Oh, I came to Nigeria a few years ago, blah, blah, blah. Maybe my contract has expired or blah, blah, blah. Okay, so I can link you up to the current company that I work. They help each other. When it comes to a black man, if a black man sees another black man in the US, one neighbor Igbo, or you're my fellow Nigerian, you're happy, you think you've seen your brother. Before you know, he's thinking of how to rip you. If 12 na quarrel small, you go tell the immigration officers that your papers has expired, so they will deport you back to Nigeria. I don't know why the black man's mentality is too bad and too black, but then it's because we the black people keep on perpetrating, evil and dark things. But please, oh, I might be a black man, but I don't think like a black will. You see the way I do tutorials. A normal black man will come now and tell you, if you're making money from this thing, why are you making tutorials? Why are you teaching people how to do it? Hello. Let me tell you a story. Do you know why it's as if the white people colonized us? That was because the white people, they were, they were open. A white man discovers something, he writes it as a journal, he documents it. The next generation will read that thing, improve it. This was why they were able to discover mirror that they used to deceive our ancestors. This was why they were able to discover, lots of things because they do research. A black man now will discover something, he won't teach anybody. Okay, look at Nigeria for instance. You go and register to be an apprentice, a mechanic, as a boy on a mechanic. You will serve your oga for 2 3 years. He won't teach you certain secret of the business. He's going to be hiding it. Why? He forget that thing he's going to teach you about this mechanic work, you might discover something that is even better than what he think. Maybe that was the way he was doing the cars that was more, tedious and more lengthy. But you, as an apprentice, would even, discover something better and improve his own knowledge. A black man doesn't want to ever share knowledge. That's why whenever they see me making tutorials, they now feel, my guy, I'm an atheist to start with. I don't believe in religion. The second thing, I'm a free thinker, I'm a free man. I don't believe in anything that has to do with superstition. So that already tells you that I'm not of the black mentality that says keep your information to yourself. Black people discovered lots of things before we were colonized. What did we do them? What did we use them for? We discovered lots of things. What we started doing was to use every single thing we have discovered as something evil. So here you can see the thing has opened. It has opened now. If you check, this is 15 seconds to when this match is going to start. Let's go. Burnley, blah blah blah, BRN Norwich. God. But you can go and confirm it yourself. It shows you game in less than 15 seconds. Now back to what we're saying. When these black people or our ancestors, when they discovered certain things, they kept it to themselves. They never wanted to show anybody. In fact, they felt probably they were too wise. A black man knows something. Maybe he's a doctor, maybe he's a physician, maybe he's something very important in the society. Black then, he won't want to teach anybody. He would prefer they call him in Onitsha, they call him in Abuja, they call him in Enugu, instead of him to have a protege where he teaches those people those things. He doesn't even have an idea that imparting your knowledge means years from now, people would use that knowledge to even impart more things. So please, if you're watching my video and you're asking yourself, well, if this guy is making so much money, why is it? Please, unsubscribe. Don't bring those black mentality here. I didn't even study in Nigeria, and I don't want all those your Nigerian mentality to affect me. And now I must have been here. I've lost my accent. I'm now fully braided. I speak pidgin and all that, but yet still, that mentality is still me. I don't have that black mentality. What I have is a whole different white vibe. So I wouldn't want anybody to start asking me questions about, oh, how come you created a software like this? We black people are one of the smartest people, the best detectives in the world, the best detectives there too. People from Russia, I think Spain, Spanish, and then you have black detectives. In fact, in the US, if you want to confirm what I'm saying, you can make your own research. Look at the best people who detect, who are able to discover things are black people. But now, the problem we black people have is we hardly read, we hardly study. In fact, there's a quote that says, if you want to hide something from a black man, put it in a book. All this AI and what other people do in other countries. In fact, they're like 101 on their courses. In Nigeria, they will tell you, in fact, I can remember when I was trying to take a course in Nigeria, all they were teaching us was Kobo, Fortran. Eh? Even the PHP, HTML we did there himself, lecturer will decide to come whenever he likes. So I decided to just follow my education out. When I discovered there is no hope in the country in any way. So please and please and please, I'm teaching because I know years from now I might not be doing this. Someone else will take my legacy. And I would like to be remembered as somebody who started up this race. Even though right now I'm being respected as one of the pioneers of this virtual football prediction. And I feel so good about it. Lots of things I've learned, if I had kept them to myself, I won't have been as exposed as I am. In fact, the more I teach you things, It's the more I learn things. It's the more you come back to tell me things. It's the more I get better. When I started up this platform years ago, I don't think it's ever occurred to me that I would, get so good at coding this way. But each and every single day, because I have the thought of trying to create something people could use. No, if me myself makes money today and I don't make money tomorrow, I can manage it. But when I get seeing appreciations and criticisms, it made me to step up to make sure I get more appreciation to, get less of criticisms. And today, this is where I am. I've been able to create awesome softwares. So please, please, and please, if you're following up the tutorial, I'm always here to help you. If you see anybody talking shit about, hey, AI, hey, machine learning, how can a black, what do you guys even think we black people? Do you think we are dumb? In fact, black people, you guys, we look down on ourselves like too much. Do you think it's only the white people that can create things? The only reason why is as if we don't produce phones, we don't produce computers, we don't produce factories, just because the government and the people are not helping. We have people in Nigeria that can create mobile phones, computers, technology, but nobody helps us. There is no constant electricity. Look, at sometimes I'm making video and me, I'm complaining with all the money I have. I subscribe to the highest internet subscription. Yes, still my internet is disconnected. Now imagine I have constant internet. Everybody has constant internet, constant electricity. Do you know the amount of softwares lots of youth will be bringing? And then instead of you guys to be inspiring the people who are even trying to make move, you want to condemn them and see something shitty and see something bad in anything they do. I'm really upset because I just remember that comment. The guy was like, hey, machine learning, hey, black people. No, something is wrong. How? Because I'm not a white guy telling you I've discovered something, and you won't even let me show you my discovery. You first pay for it. But after seeing a free trial that gives you everything, there's even a time and oh man. Now I know why the best of the best in Africa goes out of Africa to make a name. Mm, the best of the best in Africa goes out of Africa to make a name. And in as much as I'm in Nigeria for some time, I think if I should ever head back to Massachusetts, I don't think I'm coming back. Let me just make sure I set up all the things because I see lots of opportunities here. But to be really honest with you, working with our people is a very, very difficult task because as long as you have your color as dark, they would always see something shady in everything you do, and it's very, very annoying because they will see all the proofs, timer, giving you predictions. They see you bet with the software. They see you win. The software is there for you to try it out, but they won't even give you a listening idea. Now, a white person creates this kind of software. If you play games and you lose, how do I do it? He shows you the graph. And a black man will come if he makes losses. He won't even give me the opportunity to say, okay, boss, please, oh, this thing I lost. Or like, if you notice on that, okay, both free has previous prediction. If you notice before, you see, I even left a free previous prediction here, so anybody can see the losses and profits. So that is how much of a transparent I am. So you can, okay, new season has started, so you can get to see which is which. Now, if this software was created by a white guy and the white man tries it out and then it fails, he reached out to the company or the founder of the software. They guide him through, teach him how to use it. If a black man comes here and he sees me winning, he verifies that I'm winning. He knows for sure say I the win, oh. But because it did not go well for him, he will never say anything good. Oh man, it's very, very annoying. Oh. I don't want to make this video too long. I'm gonna stop it here. This is a new season. Oh. Remember our pattern where we'll actually pick up our games. If these people have like 3 winnings out of 5, if they have 3 winnings out of 5, and then we'll check again from 6 to 7. If they have at least 1 winning, we'll bet them over 1.5. We're very, very sure, 100% we're gonna make up our money. So till next time, this is an okay. Sorry if I ranted on this particular episode. It's just that sometimes I feel bad the way my black people get to underestimate our fellow black. Studied computer science, studied artificial intelligence, machine learning. People give me gigs in thousands of dollars. They respect me for the softwares I can create. And my own black people who should be respecting me for my intelligence when it comes to creating softwares are the ones trying to look for a way to always feel that man there's something wrong and it's not just making sense. It's annoying. It's very, very annoying.